What is up, ladies and gents? Wanted to give you a quick update. Just saw something interesting on Arcade1up's Instagram page. So this is just a run-of-the-mill post. It's their home arcade of the week, and yeah, it looks pretty cool. But what's interesting are their responses to folks. So they have a couple comments that I thought were cool. The one I'm looking at right now actually isn't that interesting because, I mean, did any of us really expect a true multi-cade from Arcade1up? I definitely didn't. A lot of the stuff they said at CES tells me that is not in the cards for them, but this is just them confirming that, so not a big deal. They did respond kind of playfully to the Area 51 and Time Crisis / House of the Dead requests. So those are all three games I'd love to see. I know probably everybody watching would love to see. Cruisin' USA actually would be my #1 pick out of this list. House of the Dead would be second, and then probably Area 51. Those are all games that have a lot of nostalgia for me. No announcement here, just kind of a fun emoji response. So, maybe they are thinking about that. I'm sure they're thinking about it, but maybe it is actually in the works. This I thought was kind of surprising. So someone asked for Double Dragon, and they just generically respond, well, that's a license we would love to get a hold of. I wouldn't think that one would be that hard. When II Arcade, and it's even in its pre-launch state, that's the one game they have locked down right now is Double Dragon. Company like Arcade1up with their history, surely they can get that license if they really want it. I thought that was surprising. So, maybe all of this stuff is just take with a grain of salt status. I would think if they really wanted it, they would have it by now, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Someone asked about NFL Blitz. So I assumed that NFL Blitz is being worked on right now since we're going to have NBA Jam. They're both developed by Midway, and we already see Midway licenses with the Rampage cabinet. And if they can negotiate with the NBA Players Association, then I would assume they could do something similar with NFL Blitz, but they say no at the present time, no update. Arcade1up is the kind of company where they really like to tease things that may be coming in the future or may not be, and it's an effective strategy to move the needle with potential licensors. So think about if you're them, you're angling for a given license. Wouldn't you want to go out into the public and kind of stoke excitement for that title? Because then you take that excitement, you take the positive responses, the social media responses, and you take that straight to the licensor as evidence that, guys, we can sell this. Just hand over your license and let us do this business. The fact that they say no, not at the present time, I mean, that's pretty definitive. There's nothing in that would stoke interest. So I take that at its word that NFL Blitz is not in progress. And again, I find that really surprising. Maybe it is a tech limitation and they don't want to spend on the more expensive hardware relative to what we're getting in NBA Jam. I don't know. When is NBA Jam coming? Release date will be announced in the near future. So I think they originally talked about late spring. If they're still going to hit that timeline, then we will have to see an announcement pretty soon. So this makes me think we have a good chance NBA Jam is coming sooner rather than later. I know they like to do stuff like this for Father's Day, so let's all hope for the best. Also interesting is the stuff they don't respond to, because they're pretty good at responding to the IG. The responses to their posts, they're pretty good at responding to. Robotron 2084, a game I know a lot of people want. I've seen the comments on my videos. People requesting this, and that gets no response. Take that for what it will be. All right, here's the key. Can we get Killer Instinct 1 and 2, please? Now, a lot of people write this off because Killer Instinct is tricky. It's owned by Rare and Microsoft, and I don't know the details of how that particular license works, but my guess is Rare and Microsoft would have to sign off on it jointly. But certainly Microsoft licensing something like this, that's not something we've seen. Now, we know that they've provided licenses to some of these Rare characters back to Nintendo, but that's Nintendo. That's the godfather of all modern gaming. Arcade1up's a big company, but they're not Nintendo. So would Microsoft, through Xbox, would they send this kind of license to Arcade1up to build a cabinet? I don't know. Now, Phil Spencer, the current president of Xbox, is known for being collegial, is known for kind of a teamwork frame of mind, and is known for being basically playing nice with the competition. We see it all the time in his comments with PlayStation, pushing for crossplay, on and on. So maybe the answer is yes, but I think most people kind of write this off, including myself. But what was interesting is they did respond to this one. Now remember, a lot of these requests for cabinets, Arcade1up can completely ignore. They didn't ignore this one. We are trying, we promise.
Awesome. victory.
Again, I take them at their word. They have no reason to say that. If they're not actively working on it, there's just nothing in it for them to put that out there into the universe. The fact that they are putting it out there, sticking it out there, this is something that we are working on, I think is pretty exciting. And who knows, maybe Xbox will play ball with these guys. It would be really, really exciting if they could get that license. I think what a lot of people really want are the Nintendo licenses, and I would guarantee those are going to be harder to get than anything from Microsoft. So this is more realistic than a Nintendo cabinet, but it's going to make a lot of folks feel like we're one step closer to the stuff that we really want. We all know what those games are. But Killer Instinct 1 and 2 are arcade games. A lot of kids who grew up in the 90s, like myself, have a lot of fond memories of that, and I think this would be a huge seller for these guys. I know I would buy one. That's all for today, guys. Just wanted to give you a quick update. Maybe Arcade1up's working on some stuff. It's a little tough. There's not a lot of news between CES and E3, so we have to read the tea leaves a bit and see what comes up. Let me know below if you have any particular cabinets that you're excited for and hope they come out outside of what has already been announced. And again, as always, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, leave a comment. That lets YouTube know what's up. Make sure to subscribe if you want to hear more from us. We're not a big channel. We don't get the big push that a lot of the big corporate channels, all these independent guys that you see that cover this stuff, we're kind of all doing it out of our basements. So you got to let YouTube know you enjoy it, and you do that with subscribes, likes, and comments. And that gets the word out, keeps the ball rolling. We'll catch you next time, guys. Thanks for hanging with us, and thanks for watching.